Has Russia sent Wagner to Venezuela? Are we on the verge of a real war happening next to the United States of America? I know that a lot of war that include the US is never really at the border or next to the United States of America. It's usually very far away, but has that time come to an end? Question mark. Well, Western nations are questioning whether Wagner is in Venezuela right now. Venezuela facing the United States of America as a real threat. An aircraft previously associated with Wagner landed in Caracas, in Venezuela. This is a big airplane, a big cargo, because instead of the plane flying straight to Venezuela through many European countries, it went through Armenia, Algeria, Morocco, Senegal, Mauritania, avoiding Western airspace. So this aircraft made sure it avoided Western airspace to go land in Caracas, where they are subjected to a lot of pressure from Donald Trump. Who is the operator of the aircraft and why does it raise questions? The operator is Aviacom Vitotrans. What is Aviacom Vitotrans? Aviacom Vitotrans is a Russian airline known for operating heavy cargo aircraft, including those previously linked to Wagner Group. So this aircraft has been linked to many action and many trips related to Wagner. And it has actually been banned and sanctioned by the United States of America. Now it has landed in Caracas, in Venezuela, where they are clearly under a lot of pressure from Donald Trump. The aircraft arrival is seen as a signal of an increased Russian military engagement in Latin America, possibly a counterbalance to the US influence in the region. Now, is that a good thing or not? Well, America, Russia, and China always battle for influence. Basically, the West against the East fight for influence, whether it is in Africa, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. France is very angry being kicked out by Russia, or whether it is in Niger, where America was kicked out recently, asking their troops to leave. So now there's a battle of positioning. Yes, Venezuela is a partner of Russia. Venezuela does possess Russian weapons, including Su-30 Mk2 fighter jet and Kh-31A missiles. So Venezuela has been acquiring weapons from Russia. Now, why is this important? Because the relationship between the United States of America and Venezuela is south. They don't like each other. Why don't they like each other? Because Donald Trump accuses Nicolas Maduro, this president here, of drug trafficking. Imagine a president of a republic being involved in drug trafficking. Do you really think this man needs money for drugs? I don't know. Well, Trump believes so. He believes the man is involved into trafficking drugs into the United States of America. Matter of fact is, in the past couple of weeks, they've bombarded many ships and boats like this one. Okay? Many times, they've destroyed it in the middle of the sea. Were they really drugs? Question mark. We don't know. America say it was drugs. We don't know. So let's just continue with that. Number two, Trump accuses Nicolas Maduro of authoritarianism, meaning he doesn't want to hold the election. Maduro has been in power for some time. Now, the other question is he really authoritarian or protective of his people? Question mark. Maduro also accuses Trump of trying to create an eternal war against Venezuela, so Venezuela can continue to be sanctioned. Maduro says that Trump's moves are just excuses. What Trump actually wants is the oil that Venezuela possesses. Let me remind you here that Venezuela has the most oil in the world. They are number one. And number four in terms of gas. So it's a rich country. However, they can't do any dealings with any countries of the West, especially not the United States of America. Since when? Since back in time with the previous president, this man right here, when he stood against imperialism. The United States of America used to have very good trade relation with Venezuela back in time because they had many interest and investment in Venezuela. You know, especially in petroleum industry. They ran the show. They made a lot of money. And usually, you know, when you talk about the United States of America, it's not the United States, it's private businessmen. Yes. You say America, but it's not really America. It's private business people with a lot of money that have investment in foreign lands. But they are protected by the army of the United States of America. Now, it came a time where Venezuela said, we don't want that anymore. We want to keep our stuff for us. We want to grow our own people. Well, America didn't want that because that's not capitalism. They want you to have an open market so they can get involved. Well, that's something very similar to what they did in Cuba, where they were very much involved. They owned almost everything from telecommunication to hotels to sugarcane and many other things. And the locals seem to have not much left for themselves. And they were not happy about that. Finally, they said, this is our land. We want our land back. We want our things back. And America wasn't happy about that because they felt like they had lost the investment. But that's not their country. But yeah, that's how it is. So America still owns a chunk of land in Cuba, where Cubans are not allowed to be. But Cuba is sanctioned since 1962. Anyway, so that's the reality. Venezuela signed a strategic partnership and cooperation treaty with Russia on May 7, 2025, which includes military collaboration, among other things. So Venezuela indeed has signed an agreement with Russia. What does that mean? Does that mean if America attacks Venezuela, will the Russians respond? Question mark. But it doesn't look like they're at that level yet. I think that level is signed between Russia and Belarus, Russia and North Korea. So if you attack North Korea, Russia will reply. If you attack Belarus, Russia will reply. If you attack Russia, North Korea will reply. Does it mean Venezuela has the same kind of agreement? Not yet, but I think they're working toward that. But for now, they can do military drills together. They can explore many other things together. Russia can provide military equipment. Venezuela have many defense equipment. They've bought some anti-aircraft missile from Russia to protect themselves against the US of America. The United States also have a lot of warships around Venezuela to try to apply maximum pressure. Now, what is the goal? Many people believe the entire goal is to put Venezuela in a corner in a way that it opens its markets to international buyers. On the Trump side, obviously, they say Venezuela is an authoritarian country led by a crazy man who's basically making the population suffer. Which version do you think is probable? Now, does Venezuela have the right to protect itself? Number one. Does Donald Trump have the right to protect Americans by bombing those ships? Number two. Can Venezuela choose its own trading partners without being bothered? Is that his right? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. Do you really think Wagner is in Venezuela right now? And before you finish, just so you know, Donald Trump himself acknowledged that CIA operations are happening in Venezuela right now. What are they going to try to do? We also know that the US was trying to get Maduro's personal pilot to land his aircraft in a country friendly to the United States of America so they can abduct him and take him. Donald Trump also has a bounty on Maduro's head, offering $50 million to anybody that's going to... Is that legal or what? Can you do that to a free country's leader? I mean, Venezuela is free depending on how you feel. Some people feel it's free, some people feel it's not free. But how do you feel about it? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.